Trinity B1 ISC1 4 skills test. CELT Secure English Language Tests. B1 English Test ISC1 Skilled Worker, Health and Care Worker, Scale-Up Worker, Student Visas.
We're going to talk about multi-text reading and writing task, right?
Okay.
Darren, could you read the questions, please?
Yeah, give me a second. So the write an essay for your teacher, 100 to 130 words about the problem of river pollution in a city or town. Use the information you read in the text A, B, C, and D, page 4 and 5, to describe some problem from river pollution in a city, in a town or city. Explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river, and suggest how you think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better.
All right, as the question says,
Yes,
write an essay for your teacher about 100 to 130 words about the problem of river pollution in a city or town. Use the information you read in text A, B, C, and D. Describe some problems from river pollution in a town or city. Explain what steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river, and suggest how you think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better. Do not copy from the text. Use your own words as far as possible, but we are going to copy from the text, and I'll teach you how. Do not copy. We would learn how to copy from the text. You should plan your essay before you start writing. Think about what you are going to write and make some notes to help you in this box. Now, Darren, this task is extremely easy. You need to understand that it's important to plan before you write. So in case we have this part in here, before we begin, it's important to prepare some notes. Let's draw the lines in here. There are 3 questions we are looking the answers of. Number 1, describe some problems from river pollution. What? Describe some problems from river pollution. So here, firstly, you would say firstly,
problems.
Firstly, I want to describe some problems, some
problems
from
the river pollution.
River pollution in
town or city.
In a town or city. That's 1 point. What is the second one? Second point is? Secondly,
I'm going to write.
I want to explain. Explain. This is in case because we are bad at spelling. We don't know grammar when we are writing. So to be on the safer side that you're writing correct English, right? You will copy the statement. That secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to, what's the next word? Taken to?
Taken to clean up.
To help clean up a polluted river. Okay? So this is the second point. Then what's the third point? How will you start it?
Secondly, I want to suggest.
Thirdly, how would you say it? Thirdly, I want to suggest how I think. Next.
People can be encouraged to look after their local river better.
Local river better. Darren, do you understand? This is the beginning of the task. Right now, we have not done anything. We have not used our mind. We have not used even our spelling. We have not used anything. Darren, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So could you explain how will you start? These 3 points are the starting paragraphs. Okay.
Mhm.
So how would you start the first line in here? You would say, just say it.
I would describe.
Firstly.
Yeah. Firstly, I want to describe some problem from river pollution in a town or city. Then I can add the note from the part A, B, C, or anything.
Yes, that's right. We'll find it after some time. Then what will you do for the second point?
You mean how gonna write?
Secondly, I want to explain some
step that can be taken help clean up a polluted river.
What is the third point?
The third one, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Okay, now it's time for us to quickly find information from text A and text B, text C, and D. First of all, we're going to look for information from text A. Describe some problems from river pollution in a town or city. Everybody write down in the chat box or on WhatsApp somewhere from text A any problems from river pollution that you see in paragraph A. You can write them in the chat or somewhere you can write, right? You have to read text A. You can read it all by yourself, or if somebody wants to read it aloud, they can read it aloud as well. Darren, you can read it aloud. Darren.
And
sorry. Yep.
Yes, read aloud text A.
So, dear editor, the river may causes health problem in the city. So we need to take action. Although there other local factories have stopped putting waste into the river, the paper factory is still breaking pollution law and should have to pay big fines. The mud of the river needs to be taken away because it's polluted with the chemicals. Politicians are scared to say this because it brings jobs to the city, but it is obvious that the paper company should pay. Also, people need to be educated. Drinks bottles and plastic bags wouldn't be such a problem if people reused or recycled them.
Now, could you, from text A, everybody, could you please tell me what are the problems from river pollution? One problem, two problems. Could you tell me?
Health problem.
Health problems, okay.
putting waste into the river.
Health problems.
People still breaking pollution laws.
Some problems from pollution in a town or city. What are the problems in a town or city? We can choose drinking bottles and plastic bags, you know. This is a problem. Drinking bottles
and plastic bags.
Bottles and plastic bags. More? From A, any other problem? Okay, now go to B and read from B that what are the problems that are in a town or city? B.
The river Tolan yearly report on the result of pollution. Waste from factory up 6.4, oxygen level in water down 3.5, first number down 3%, water birds down 2.4%, rubbish up 14%, chemical from farms in river up 5.5%.
Okay, so waste from factories up, oxygen levels in water. This could be a problem in a town. Fish numbers down, this could be a problem. Water birds down, rubbish up, that could be a problem. Chemicals from farms and riverbed, that is a problem. You can write all of this in here, right? Let's try to write in here, waste from factories.
Levels in water.
Factories. Okay, factories and more. What is the next point, everyone?
Oxygen level reduced.
Low oxygen levels in water, okay, or You can write it just like this also, that reducing or decreasing oxygen levels in water, right?
Yes, yes.
Decreasing or reducing or going down, whatever
Going down.
word that you know, it's fine, whatever you know. Okay, what's this? Decreasing?
De- Decreasing oxygen level in water.
Decreasing oxygen
Levels in water.
in water. Okay, what else we can add in here? Actually, we have to reduce the number of words, so I'll just write in here decreasing, decreasing number of fish and water birds, decreasing number of fish and water birds. We have to still cut down so much information from it. Rubbish up, increase in rubbish,
Significantly increase.
increase in rubbish, yes. And lastly, we have chemicals from farms in riverbed. Chemicals in farms. Chemicals in farms. Okay, these are just the possible answers. When we will be writing our final draft, we can exclude things which are not needed because we just need 100 to 100 onward, right? We don't need more. Can't write like excessive, exaggerated information. Now, secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river. So let's have a look in here. Text C, if you guys could read aloud for me, and then we can take out some points. Anyone who wants to read?
Can I read?
Yes, you can.
The city is getting millions from the government to improve the river Lam. How
Lamb.
should it
Lamb.
how should it lamb? How should it spend the money? Paul, I would always thought that the river would be great for kayaking. So how about a water sports center for people to do things like that? Marcus, it would be great to see people using the river for transport, like in the old days. Diwan fears of a lot of people going to the river. Even a little lighting along the river bank would be help people to feel safe. Alex, I would like to see one of the old factories become a museum of the city's industrial history. Eng and X, Alex, and some quality waterside cafes would affect visitors too. Simone and Diwan, I agree. Security camera to protect people from criminals. Alex and Ian, hopefully they will close that fast food place. That would mean less litter on the ground. See.
Go through C also because you need to find out some steps that can be taken to clean up a polluted river. Please read D as well.
Okay. Green City News. In the year big clean up on the river Vico, 50 students picked up the rubbish from the bank of the river. And several local companies got together to clean the river of the uh, fridges, bikes, and other large items. We criticize supermarket on this site sometimes, but they let staff have time of work to plant trees along the river. So well done to them. Science student Martin Keller took part in the cleanup. She told us in the 5 years since this started, you can see the change. The rivers clean again now, not black like used to be. Plants are growing on the bottom of the river again, and we will see a lot of fish and birds are. I'm sure.
Could you guys find some points from text C and D about, you know, explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up the polluted river? I think there are some points mentioned in text A also, but first find from text C and D. Probably D is a better one that explains that what could be done, steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river. You can find some points from this part first, D.
For third portion, like thirdly, I want to suggest people to encourage.
Firstly, secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river.
First, several local companies got together to clean the river. First point, we can add like several local companies start the like companies got together to clean river. They clean up the river. 50 students picked up rubbish and score 50
Could you tell me some points?
Plant the trees along the rivers.
Plant more trees. I think number one is picking up rubbish from the bank. Picking up rubbish from banks. Picking up rubbish from the banks. Okay. From the banks and
clear the river of trees.
Martin, okay, change the river clear. Got together, clear the river fridges and on the side, but they let staff have time of work planting trees along the river. That's the second one. Planting trees near trees along the river. Along the river. Okay, I think that is it from this section. Okay, and then let's move to text A. What could be done to clean the river, clean up the river?
Stop putting waste into the river.
Okay.
The mud of the river need to be taken.
No, that's too much. I think also they're saying that in here that explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up a polluted river. So I think what do you guys think from A?
I think
stop putting waste in rivers. Okay.
Okay.
Stop putting waste in river. No, it is about cleaning the river. Cleaning the river. Okay, let's see. Stop putting waste. Stop putting waste. Stop putting waste into the river. More. I think this is recycle is also a way to, recycle of plastic bags and bottles. What do you say?
Yes, this is also a good point to add.
Let's go with this one. Recycle also. Recycle. Recycle plastic bags. Okay. If you want to add one more, that mud, we can also write this. Mud of the riverbed needs to be taken away, right? You can write this also. Mud needs to be taken away. Needs to be taken away. Okay. After that, the third point. These points are enough. Thirdly, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better. I think this is the text C. From text C, could you please explain how people could be, even this one also, there's one point in river A
Yes,
as well.
pollution loss. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
pollution loss. We can add the pollution loss.
Yes, people could be encouraged to follow the rules, okay, follow the pollution laws.
Pollution loss.
And also there should be heavy fine imposed for not doing it, right? You
Yes,
can
yes.
say that pollution laws
Implement properly.
should be
Implement.
followed or implemented, right? And punishment for not following the laws, right? Punishment. You can also go for like financial punishment to in order to break any
huge fine.
Yeah, anything like it. That depends on you if you want to put in here, pay big fines, because right now we're just preparing notes. When you will write your final draft, then you can open it. You can explain a little bit more. Okay, besides this, what else? I think educating people, right?
That's very important, yes.
Educating people, about educating people about environment. Okay. More. Let's go to text number C now, because everything is mentioned there. What could be done? Yes, could you tell me some points here? Yes, please tell me some points.
The little lighting along the riverbank would be help people to feel safe.
I think the best point would be to have water sports center to encourage people, having water sports center or any such facilities. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Water transport center, water transport center, water transport center. Center. Also, river could be used for transport. You know, river could be used for transport. For fear stops a lot of people going to the river. So you can also say security and cameras along the river. Okay, security. And security means security. I mean, we don't really have to explain that. Security. Or you can also say security, cameras. You can also say that arranging for the security of people, right? So what else could be there? Waterside cafes.
Waterside cafe.
Cafes. More.
Fast food place.
We are saying hopefully they'll close the fast food place. This you can add in point number 2, right? That I want to explain some steps that could be taken to help clean up the polluted river. You can add their closing fast food place, right? To reduce less litter. You can add this point here. This one, closing the fast food place. Closing fast food place. Okay? Understand it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's any other point that's on your mind, like security of people, now whatever we have written in here, now it is time for you to write it by yourself, right? Whatever points are given in here, now use your own English, use your own style, and write me 100 to 130 words. Okay, just like this, you will also take notes first, and later on you will create your final draft. All right? So can you guys write me 100 to 130 words using this information? The points that are given in here, because we have already written, firstly, I want to talk about this, secondly, I want to talk about this, thirdly, I want to talk about this. Now it is time for you to complete with your own phrases and sentences and information from the passage. Can you do that? You guys
Yes.
have now, half of the task is already done. You just have 10 minutes to write it up. Write it on paper and send me a photo, please. 10 minutes only.
So it's an essay. We need to write an essay.
Nobody cares what it is. You will just start with, your task is to focus on these 3 points. You will just start explaining point 1. Firstly, I want to describe some problems from river pollution in a town or city. Secondly, I want to explain. Thirdly, I want to do this. You don't care if it's an essay, it is an article,
Okay.
it's a letter, it is a review. You don't care. None of it is your problem. Your problem is only these 3 points. That is all.
So can we start from this? Like, firstly, I want to describe some problem.
Yes. You need to
Okay.
talk about all these problems in a sequence, right?
Okay.
Only then you will not be lost. You have only 10 minutes for this, and your time begins now.
All right. Firstly, I want to describe some problem from the river pollution in the town city. Most of people suffering with the health issue, and so many waste are getting out from the factories. Also, the fish and water birds levels are going down. Secondly, I want to explain what are the most important action to be taken clean up polluted rivers. Should be fast food places need to be closed, and also help to clean picking up rubbish from the banks, and there are must stop signs saying putting waste into river, and if some planting trees along the river can be helped as well. At last, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged to look after their river better. Can be developed water transport center, and river could be used for transport, and taking action if they don't follow the rules. Can be pay big fines. Also 24-hour security cameras are on, so people should be aware to do the wrong thing.
Okay, let's check the grammar quickly. Firstly, I want to describe some problems from the river pollution, semicolon, in the town or cities.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what is the easiest way. This is for you because this is not right. Your spelling is also messed up. Look, I would show you the notes that we had taken in here somewhere, probably here. We took some notes that, firstly, I want to describe some problems from river pollution in the town or city. You can just you don't have to write anything. You can just write in here health problems, comma, drinking bottles and plastic bags, or you can just cut this one and say waste from factories, comma, decreasing levels of oxygen, comma, decreasing number of fish and water bird, comma, increased rubbish and chemicals in farms, full stop. Do you understand me?
Okay.
Because we don't know much to write, we don't know how to connect sentences, it's much better to write the points directly like this. Do you understand me? I'm going to open sticky notes in here and write it in front of you so that you can have an idea how you could write this. Look, we copy this.
It's not appearing. Your window is not appearing.
Oh, really? Let me reshare the screen then. Now you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Darren, because the spelling is not right and the connection of sentences is not okay, just telling you something to be on the safer side. Look, for example, we take this. Firstly, I want to describe, and you copy this. You copy it, and I'm just going to put it up in here. Okay. Firstly, I want to describe some problems from river pollution in a town or city. Okay. You don't want to write anything. You can just start, these problems are, this is extra. Even if you don't want to write it, that is still your choice. You can straight up write after semicolon health problems, waste from factories, decreasing oxygen levels in water. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because we need to get correct spelling here along with the correct information. So you can just put it up in here like this. So health problems.
So I have a question, if you don't mind. They say we don't copy paste of the words. That's fine, you mean?
That is fine. This is how people pass. Okay, decreasing oxygen. It's much better to write correct English rather than writing something that doesn't make sense. Just telling you, the rest is your choice. Decreasing number of fish and water bird, comma. increase in rubbish and chemicals from farm. And chemicals. Full stop. Now you have completed 1 point here. Okay. Still, we need to delete so much information, I will tell you, because 100 to 130 words. Okay, now what is the second point? Secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up the river, polluted river. Let's copy this. Mud needs to be taken away. What else? Mud needs to be taken away.
Picking up rubbish from the bank.
Yes, picking up rubbish from the banks. Picking up. It also takes a lot of understanding to copy and cheat, right? Nobody can just cheat without understanding, isn't it? Okay, then planting trees along the river. More. I think that would be enough. If you want to write more, you can add more points in here. Stop putting waste in the river. Recycle plastic bags. Putting mud away. We've done that one. Okay, copy. And paste it in here. You understand? Now, still, this is very rough. I'll tell you how to make it better by adding it on a word count. Okay, second point is done. Now the third point. Thirdly, I want to suggest what do you want to suggest? Pollution laws should be followed. Educating people about the environment. And I'm writing these words straight up after semicolon here, right? I have not added any words. This is a punctuation mark that is used for joining two clauses together without any linking word, right? So usually it is used for people who cannot connect words together. Okay, now I'm just going to copy it, all of it, and put it on the word count. Let's put it on. There's 132 words. We just need to remove some of the information from it, okay? Because I think we have put like extra information in here. Thirdly, I want to picking up the rubbish from the banks, planting trees along the river. Stop. I can cross this one. Along the river. Full stop. Thirdly, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better. Pollution laws should be followed. Okay, we can cross this. Educating people about environment, water transport, and water sports center. Having water sports centers. Having water sports center. Using river for transport. Using rivers for transport. More. Better security along the river. Better security along the river. And waterside cafes, right? And waterside cafes. If you still feel there is something extra, you can cross it. You just need to go for 110, 112 words. If you still feel this is much, you can delete some extra words from it. Health problems. I will cross even this bit from here. Health problems. Okay, firstly, I want to describe some problems from river pollution in a town or city. Health problems, waste from factories, decreasing oxygen levels in water, decreasing number of fish and water bird, increase in rubbish and chemicals in farms. That is all. Okay, full stop. Secondly, I want to explain some steps that can be taken to help clean up the polluted river. Mud needs to be taken away, picking up rubbish from the banks, planting trees along the river. Full stop. Second point is complete. Do you understand? Everyone, do you understand?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Picking up rubbish from the rivers. Thirdly, I want to suggest how I think people can be encouraged to look after their local river better. Pollution laws should be followed or implemented. If you have a better word, use a better word. That's what you can do. You know, synonyms. If you want to use the word implemented, go for the word implemented. But if you don't know the spelling, then why would we write it? Isn't it? Right? Educating people about environment, having water sports center, using rivers for transport, better security along the river and waterside cafes. That is it. Full stop. Even if still you feel like cutting some information, like I want to cut this. I don't think it's necessary. I want to cut this. You know, I just want to add some solutions. So this is fine. Just saying picking up rubbish from the banks and planting trees along the river. Do you understand me? Still, we have more than 100 words. And we are telling the right information. Is that okay? Do you understand what to do with it?
Yeah.
Tell me if it's easy or hard. Please tell me.
It's easy. It's easy actually.
It's super easy. It's even
Super easy.
easier than what you think. You know, you don't even have to think about the spelling. You don't have to think about anything. Nothing. You just need to pick information from there. Yes, if you know better words, like picking up rubbish, you don't want to use the word pick up, and you want to say cleaning up rubbish. You know, you want to choose the word, you know a better word, that is banks. You don't know maybe you know a better word than banks, then you can go for shore, river shores, or right? You can use any better word. You can also go for planting trees along the river.
Beside the
Yeah, it depends on your level of English. But I would suggest, to be on the safer side, why not use information from the paragraph? Because it takes some kind of understanding of language to find these points. Otherwise, nobody can find these points out of four paragraphs. Nobody can. If you don't know English, how would you find out that which ones are the problems? How would you find out that how to clean up the river? How would you find out how people could be encouraged? It is a task in itself, you know, to find out the answer to that question after having some understanding, isn't it?
Yes.
So why would you stress yourself for writing creatively when you have already done so much work looking for those points after understanding the question? Isn't it? It's much better to be on the safer side with grammar, with spelling, and pass. Okay? Because we are not here to learn English and be excellent. We are here to just pass this test and extend our visas, right? That's the main thing. Anyways, now let's check Pooja's work.
Okay. Let me check my work also.
What's your name? Darren. I'm just gonna read it for grammar purpose. Most of the people's suffering with the health issues, so many waste. Look, not even single sentence is correct because of spelling. The factories also, the fish and water bird. Secondly, I want to explain what are the most important actions to be taken to clean up the polluted river. There should be no fast food places, there should be no fast food places, closed.
Yeah.